The orbital habitat drifted in silent orbit above a pale blue planet. From the outside it looked calm and bright, a ring of silver and glass that caught the light of a distant sun. Inside, the halls did not feel calm at all, at least not too. Moved slowly through one of the maintenance corridors, her bare feet light on the metal floor. Soft light strips ran along the ceiling, changing color with the station's morning cycle. She kept her head bowed and her wings folded tight against her back. The crystal membranes were thin and delicate, once clear and bright. Now they were cracked and cloudy in many places. Old breaks had never healed right. She tried not to make any sound. If they heard her too early, they would get angry. They liked control. They liked the timing to be just right. Was like most people on the station. Her bones were light and hollow. Her fingers were long and narrow, tipped with small curved claws. Her wings folded out from her shoulder blades, with thin structural spines and crystal film between them. Every child dreamed of flight, of riding the air currents in the open dome. Every child except the ones who learned very young that their wings were not really theirs. Reached the end of the corridor and stepped into a larger chamber. This place was a service bay near the lower levels, where the normal viewports showed only cold space and distant stars. The higher habitations had gardens and open plazas. This level had tools, crates, and harsh lighting. They were already waiting for her. 3 teenagers stood near the center of the room. Their wings were whole and bright, with faint natural colors along the edges. The leader he was older than by several cycles. The spines of his wings were thicker. His eyes were a sharp, hard yellow that never seemed to soften. "You are late," said. Looked at the floor. "The shift light only just turned," she said in a small voice. "Do not argue," one of the others said. His name he was always close behind, always eager to laugh when someone else was hurt. "You should have been here before the light. You know the rule." Did know the rule. She knew all of their rules. She had learned them with every broken piece of her wings. "We cannot have the day begin without the right," said. His tone was almost bored. "That would be disrespect." Disrespect to what? Did not know. They called it tradition. Sometimes they called it discipline. Other times they did not call it anything at all. Took a small step forward. She uncurled her wings. The membranes shook a little as they opened. Scars caught the overhead light and turned it into dull silver lines. There were so many lines. She forced herself not to cry. Tears only made it worse. Tears made them smile. Walked around her in a slow circle. His own wings opened slightly like a display. "Look at this," he said to the others. "Weak, thin, crooked. If she flies, she will fall. If she falls, we will be blamed. We are doing her a favor." The others laughed. Swallowed hard. She tried to think about the planet below them, the huge blue curve she had seen once from a high viewport. She tried to imagine clouds and wind. Anything but this room. Took a small tool from his belt. It was a slender rod used for fine repairs in the station systems. In his hand it became something else. He pressed a control on the side, and the tip glowed faintly. "Hold still," he said. His legs shook, but she did not move. She spread her wings as wide as they could go. She felt the cold air on the cracked crystal film. Her breath came in fast, shallow pulls. The first break was always the worst. Place the glowing tip against one of the supporting spines near the upper edge of her right wing. He pressed, and the tool sent a sharp burst of heat and vibration into the bone. The crack snapped loud in the quiet room. Gasped, biting down on her tongue to stop a scream. Pain raced from the broken point all the way into her back. Her knees bent, but she stayed standing. "Again," said, "you missed a spot yesterday." Moved the tool and broke another section. The sound echoed, felt each break as a flash of hot white in her mind. Her vision blurred. She smelled the faint tang of burned crystal. He worked in a pattern as he always did. They called it art. Every morning, he and the others broke the places that had started to heal during the night. Sometimes they shattered a new part, just to keep it interesting. When they finished with the right wing, they turned to the left, could feel warm fluid sliding down along the membranes where tiny vessels had split. Her body would try to repair the damage again. It always did, and in the morning they would break it again. After some time that felt both long and strange, stepped back. He clicked the tool off. The small room seemed to tilt a little in his vision. "All done," he said. "You should thank us. We keep you in your place. Without us, you might forget what you are." Did not answer. She could not make her mouth work. "Say it," said. His voice had a sharp edge now. "Say thank you." Forced her tongue to move. "Thank you," she whispered. Nodded in approval. "Good. Do not be late tomorrow. If you are late, we will have to do more, and maybe we will invite others to watch." That was the worst threat. Sometimes other youths gathered around the walls and watched. Some looked away. Some laughed. None stepped between, and the ones with the tool. "You may go," said. He turned away, already bored again. Folded her wings in very slowly. Each movement sent little knives of pain through her back. She wrapped her arms around herself and walked out of the room. The light in the corridor seemed too bright now. She made her way to a small maintenance alcove she had claimed as her own resting place. It was hidden behind a stack of old panels. She sat down on the floor and finally let herself cry in quiet, shaking sobs. Above her, in the higher levels of the station, a shuttle from the United Earth Fleet was just docking. Humans were coming on board. Lily Carter stepped off the shuttle ramp with a small bag slung over her shoulder. Her boots clicked lightly against the deck as she looked around, eyes wide with curiosity. She had never been in orbit before. Through the high, curved windows of the arrival bay, she could see the thin line of the planet's horizon, glowing against space. "Welcome to Station 13, a calm voice said over the speakers in several languages. Lily smiled despite the long trip. She had worked very hard to get a place in the exchange program. She was not from an important family. She was not a genius. She was just very stubborn. When she decided she wanted something, she did not let go. Grant, the human liaison officer, was waiting near the end of the ramp. He was in his late 30s, with short dark hair and tired eyes. His uniform was neat but not strict. He held a tablet in one hand. "You must be Lily Carter," he said. "Yes, sir," she said. "No need for sir," he replied with a small smile. "Grant is fine. Welcome aboard. How was the flight?" "Long," Lily said honestly, then laughed a little. "But worth it. The view is amazing." "It does not get old," Grant said. He glanced around to make sure her baggage was accounted for. "Come on. I will show you your quarters and give you the quick version of the rules." They walked through a broad corridor with polished floors and bright, even lighting. Moved past them in small groups, their steps light, their wings folded in a relaxed way. Lily tried not to stare, but it was hard. She had seen pictures of her whole life. Seeing them in person was different. "They are graceful," she said quietly. "They know it," Grant answered. His tone was neutral, but there was a hint of something else under it. "You will be studying in the cultural wing. They will show you their history, their art, their engineering. You will attend some shared classes with students. In return, you will share human science and cultural studies." "Sounds fair," Lily said. Grant gave a small shrug. "That is the idea." They turned down another corridor. The walls here had more color. Murals of stylized wings and swirling air currents decorated the space. Lily slowed to look. "They really love flight," she said. "Flight is everything to them," Grant said. "Status, beauty, freedom, all tied up with their wings. It is important you understand that." "I will," Lily promised. They walked in silence for a few moments. Then Grant added, "You may also see some things that seem strange to you, things they call tradition. You are here as a guest. You are not here to change their culture. Do you understand?" Lily frowned a little. "What kind of things?" Grant hesitated. "Discipline practices, social hierarchies, Some of it can look harsh to human eyes, but the council wants good relations, and we do not interfere unless someone is in direct violation of the station charter. So if someone is really hurt, we help, Lily said. In theory, Grant replied. In practice, it is more complicated. My advice is this: observe, learn, do not go looking for trouble. Lily nodded, but her mind caught on the word hurt. She had seen kids hurt each other on Earth too. She knew how easily adults could look away. They reached the living quarters for human exchange students. The rooms were small but clean, with a bed, a desk, and a narrow window that showed a slice of the planet below. Lily put her bag on the bed and turned back to Grant. When do I meet the students? She asked. Your first joint session is this afternoon, he said. You will have some orientation before that, and you will get a chance to see more of the station. For now, rest and settle in. If you need anything, contact me or the duty officer on the console. Thank you, Grant, Lily said. He gave her a short nod and left. Later that day, Lily stood in a shared classroom with a group of human and students. The room had a high ceiling to give space for wings, and the walls showed live images of the world below. The instructor, an elder named, spoke in clear trade language. This station is a symbol of peace, said. Here, our peoples learn from each other. We expect respect and discipline from all students. Lily listened and looked around. Some students looked at the humans with open curiosity. Others looked bored. A few looked faintly annoyed. Among them she did not notice, was not a student here. She was registered as service staff. When the lesson ended, Lily wandered on her own for a while. She liked to see places without a guide, to feel how they really were. She took a side corridor that seemed less used. The air smelled faintly of metal and cleaning agents. That was when she heard it, a small sound, almost too soft to notice, like someone trying very hard not to cry. Lily paused. She turned her head, listening. The sound came again, a choked breath, then silence. She followed it slowly, feeling a strange pull in her chest. It led her to a stack of old panels near a service hatch. Behind them, she saw movement. Hello, she said gently. Is someone there? The movement stopped at once. For a moment, there was only stillness. Then a small figure stepped out from behind the panels. Looked even smaller up close. Her skin had a fine feather-like texture, pale with faint patterns of gray. Her wings were folded tight, but Lily could see the scars and cracks, the cloudy lines where the crystal should have been clear. There were fresh red marks near the upper spines. His eyes were large and dark, with tiny gold flecks near the center. They were full of fear. I am sorry, said quickly. I will move. I did not know this area was for humans now. It is not just for humans, Lily said. She kept her voice soft. Are you all right? His gaze flicked to the floor. I am fine, she said. It was an automatic answer, flat and unconvincing. Lily had seen kids answer like that on Earth. She remembered a boy in her old school who always said he was fine while hiding bruises under long sleeves. She had not done anything back then. She had been younger, and she had believed the teachers would notice on their own. Your wings, Lily said quietly, they look hurt. Flinched. For a second, some emotion flashed across her face, too quick to name. Then she straightened her shoulders the slightest bit. It is nothing, said. Just correction, it is normal. Normal, Lily repeated. The word tasted wrong. Who did that to you? Shook her head. I cannot say. If I speak, it will be worse. Lily felt a slow anger start to form under her ribs. It was not loud or hot. It was a quiet, solid thing. She took a small step closer. My name is Lily, she said. Lily Carter. I am a new exchange student here. Hesitated, then said, I am maintenance class. It is nice to meet you, Lily said. Do you need medical help? No, said quickly. They will mend enough by tomorrow, they always do. The phrase tomorrow made Lily's skin prickle. This happens every day. Pressed her lips together. That was answer enough. Lily wanted to ask more questions. She wanted to know who they were, why no one stopped them, why an entire station that called itself a symbol of peace would allow this, but was already trembling just from this small talk. "Do you at least have something to clean the wounds with?" Lily asked. Blinked, "The fluid will dry," she said. "It is fine." Lily opened the small pack she carried. She took out a thin cleaning cloth and a tiny sealed packet of antiseptic gel for minor injuries, part of the standard student kit. "Come sit," Lily said. She pointed to a crate nearby and sat down first to make it less threatening. "Please, let me help, it will not take long." Glanced toward the corridor, as if she expected someone to appear and punish her for this. But no one came. After a long moment, she moved forward and sat on the crate, wings still tight. "I will not touch anything without asking," Lily said. "May I look at your wings?" Fingers tightened on the edge of the crate. Then she gave a small nod. Very slowly, Lily reached toward the closest wing. She stopped whenever flinched, waiting until the fear faded a little. Finally, the wing unfolded. Lily sucked in a breath without meaning to. The damage was worse up close. She could see where parts of the support spines had been broken and grown back wrong, only to be broken again. The delicate veins in the crystal film were twisted and cloudy. Fresh lines of red marked the latest breaks, with tiny shards of crystal still loose at the edges. "This is not nothing," Lily said softly. Stared ahead, eyes fixed on some point far away. "If I complain, they say I am ungrateful," she said. "They say it is for my own good. They say I am lucky they care enough to shape me." Lily dabbed away some of the fluid, working as gently as she could. Hissed once when Lily brushed a new crack, but she did not pull away. Lily spread a thin layer of antiseptic where she could. She did not know if human supplies were perfect for biology, but the program directors would not give them something dangerous. "Who tells you that?" Lily asked quietly. "Who says you are lucky?" "Swallowed," she said at last. "And the others, they are high status. Their wings are perfect. They say my wings are wrong, that if I try to fly, I will shame our kind." "So they break them," Lily said. Her anger grew a little heavier, more real. "Every morning." Nodded once. "Do the adults know?" Lily asked. "They know," said. "They call it a rite of correction. They say some are born too weak. They say pain teaches place. I am maintenance class. They say this is mercy." Lily's stomach twisted. She had read about class systems, but the program materials had used calm, neutral language. Nothing had described this. She finished cleaning the worst of the wounds and sat back. "If I come here again tomorrow," she said, "will you be here?" Looked surprised. "Why would you come back?" "Because you should not have to sit here alone," Lily said. "And because someone should help you, even if it is just to clean your wings." Eyes flicked to her face, then away. "It will make them angry if they see you with me," she whispered. "They do not like humans mixing with our kind below their level." "I do not like bullies," Lily said. Her voice was very calm now. "That is one of my own traditions." Almost smiled at that, a tiny twitch at the corner of her mouth. It vanished at once, as if she was afraid to hold it. "You should go," said. "If they find you here, they will say I lured you. They will use it as an excuse. They like excuses." Lily nodded. She knew when to step back, at least for a moment. "All right," she said, "but I will come back, and if things get worse, I want you to tell me, please." Did not promise, but she gave another small nod. Lily stood and shouldered her pack. As she walked away, she replayed Grant's warning in her mind. "Do not go looking for trouble." She had not gone looking. She had just followed the sound of someone trying not to cry. As she stepped back into the main corridor, she passed a pair of youths with bright, perfect wings. They glanced at her, then at the side passage she had come from. One of them smirked. "Careful, human," he said in accented trade language. "Some places are not for your eyes." Lily met his gaze without flinching. "Maybe some things need more eyes on them," she said. The youth's smirk faded. He looked at her for a moment longer, then turned away. Lily walked on, her mind already turning. She did not know yet how she would help. She did not know the rules of this station or the limits of human authority here. But she knew one thing with absolute clarity. She would not ignore broken wings. Not this time. Lily did not return to her quarters right away. Her feet carried her forward while her thoughts stayed behind and the broken wings. The clean, bright halls now felt cold and empty in a way she could not explain. Other students passed her, laughing or talking in low voices, but the sound seemed far away. She remembered Grant's careful words about not interfering. She also remembered the fear in his eyes. The two memories clashed inside her, and neither one would move aside. Finally, she turned toward the small medical wing used by exchange students and low-level staff. It was not a grand place, just a neat room with pale walls and a clean smell. A human medic sat behind a desk, scrolling through patient logs on a screen. "Excuse me," Lily said. The medic looked up. She was a woman with short light hair and calm eyes. "Yes, what can I help you with?" "There is a girl in one of the lower corridors," Lily said. "Her wings are badly damaged. Fresh breaks, scars, everything. Does she get treated here?" The medic frowned slightly. "We treat major injuries if they are sent to us. Minor wing damage is usually handled by their own kind. What is her name?" Lily said. The medic tapped the name in. After a second, a soft beep sounded. "Maintenance class," she read. "There are notes of repeated structural damage. They are marked as ritual correction events, not accidents." "Ritual correction," Lily repeated. "Does that not worry anyone?" The medic gave a careful look. "It worries many of us," she said quietly. "But Station Council marked it as internal cultural practice. Unless there is lethal risk or legal complaint, our hands are tied." "So she just keeps getting hurt," Lily said. The words felt heavy. "She heals each time," the medic said, not sounding proud of it. "Biology is strong in that way, but yes, the cycle continues." Lily thanked her and left. The answer did not calm her. It only made the situation feel more real, more solid, like a wall built around cruelty and called tradition. Later that evening, Lily returned to the quiet corridor where she had found. She walked slowly, listening, but the space was empty. The stack of panels still stood in the same place. The crate was still there, but was gone. Lily sat on the crate for a minute. She imagined going back to her work or to wherever she slept, carrying the pain like something ordinary. Had said they would break them again in the morning. That thought wrapped around Lily's mind and would not let go. The next day, Lily woke early. The artificial sunrise painted the ceiling of her quarters in soft gold. She washed, dressed, and left before the usual rush of students filled the halls. She checked the time on her wrist unit and made her way toward the lower service levels. As she walked, she passed more, some yawning, some quiet, some already wide awake. She noticed how carefully they stretched their wings as they moved, how proud and careful they were with them. It made the memory of scars stand out even more. When she reached the service bay, she stopped just before turning the corner. Her heart beat faster. She could already hear voices inside, low and sharp. "Spread them wider," a familiar voice said. It was. Another voice gave a soft sound of pain. Lily knew at once it was. Lily stepped forward. The scene in the room was almost the same as the day before, but now Lily stood at its edge. And two others were around, and again she stood with her wings uncurled, trembling. The tool was already in his hand. "Stop," Lily said. All three looked at her in surprise. Eyes narrowed. "This is not your place, human," he said. "Leave." "No," Lily said. She walked another step closer. "You are hurting her. This is not discipline. This is cruelty." Laughed. "She is weak. We shape her so she does not bring shame." "You break her every day," Lily said. "How is that shaping?" His wings flared slightly. "This is our tradition. You have no right to challenge it." "I have the right to stop pain when I see it," Lily replied. Her voice shook a little, but she did not back away. "Put the tool down." Or what said, he stepped closer to her now. "Will you cry over her too?" Watched this with wide eyes, fear and confusion mixing in her expression. She seemed torn between wanting Lily to leave and wanting someone to finally say no. "I will report this," Lily said. "I will take it to the council, to human command, to anyone who will listen." Gave a sharp smile. "They already know they approve, you waste breath." He turned back to and lifted the tool again. Lily moved before she fully thought it through. She stepped between them and grabbed his wrist, pushing it down hard. The tool clattered against the floor. There was silence for half a second. Then struck her. His hand hit the side of her face, sharp and fast. Lily staggered back, barely catching her balance. Heat flared in her cheek, but she did not lower her eyes. "Do not touch me," hissed. "You are nothing here." "And you are a bully," Lily said. Her breathing was faster now, but her stance stayed firm. "One who hides behind old words and weak excuses." The other two shifted uneasily. They were not used to resistance like this, especially not from a human. Leaned in closer. "If you stay, we will make an example of you," he said. "This is your final warning." "Then make it," Lily replied. "But you will not touch her again today." The third glanced at. "Maybe this is too much. Humans bring problems, the council may notice." His jaw tightened. For a moment it looked like he might strike again. Then he curled his lip and stepped back. "This is not over," he said, pointing a finger at Lily. "You will regret humiliating me." He turned away and motioned for the others to follow. Their wings rustled as they left the room. Lily let out a breath she did not realize she was holding. Her legs felt weak now that the danger had stepped away. Stood frozen, staring at the doorway they had gone through. Slowly, she lowered her wings and wrapped her arms around herself. "You should not have done that," she whispered. "They will hate you. They will punish me more later." "Not today," Lily said gently. "Today they are gone." She stepped closer to, "Are you hurt anywhere else?" "Only what they plan to break next," said with a sad twist of her mouth. Lily crouched down and picked up the fallen tool, then placed it on a far counter where no one could grab it again easily. She pulled out her cleaning kit. "Let me help again," she said, "please." This time did not hesitate as long. She nodded slowly and sat down on the edge of a low platform. As Lily cleaned the wounds, silence settled between them. It was not a fearful silence now. It was heavy but calmer, like exhausted air after a storm. "Why do you care?" asked suddenly, her voice very soft. "I am nothing important to your people." "You are a person," Lily said. "That should be enough." Looked at her with a mix of confusion and something close to wonder. "No one has said that to me before," she said. Lily swallowed. She focused on her hands so her eyes would not show too much emotion. "On Earth, we also have people who try to control others," she said. "We do not always stop them like we should. Sometimes we look away because it is easier. I do not want to look away again." Was quiet for a long time. Then she said, "They choose me because my wings were thin at birth. They said I would never fly high. They said it was better to keep me grounded, so they ground me more every day." "Has anyone ever tried to help you before?" Lily asked. "Thought about it. Some feel sorry," she said. "Some bring me food, but no one stands in front of them. No one speaks their names out loud." "I will," Lily said. "I will speak them as many times as it takes." Steps echoed outside the room then, both of them tensed. Lily glanced toward the entrance. Grant appeared, his face tight with concern. "Lily," he said, "we need to talk now." Lily rose to her feet but did not move away from. "Did you see what they were doing?" she asked him. Grant looked at his wings, his jaw tightening. "Yes," he said, "and I know who it was." "Then stop it," Lily said. "Do something." "It is not simple," Grant replied. "The council already called this a cultural matter. You interfered in a sanctioned right." I stopped someone from being hurt, Lily said. If that is wrong here, then this place has bigger problems than I thought. Grant ran a hand over the bridge of his nose. You put yourself at risk. And her, he added quietly, glancing at. She was already at risk, Lily said, every morning. Looked down, unsure where to place her gaze now that authority figures stood in the same space. Grant sighed. For now, return to your scheduled lessons. I will log what happened and speak to the station mediator. Will that change anything? Lily asked. I do not know, he admitted, but you cannot start a conflict on your own. Lily looked back at. I am not leaving her alone with this, she said. You are not responsible for her, Grant replied. Maybe not by rule, Lily said, but I am by choice. Grant studied her for a long second. Then his expression softened just a little. Be careful, he said. This station does not reward kindness the way Earth sometimes tries to. He turned and left. Lily sat back down beside. It looks like we may have made your morning worse, she said quietly. And better, murmured. They did not break them today. We will make sure tomorrow is the same, Lily said. Shook her head. You cannot guard me every hour. Maybe not, Lily said, but maybe I can change the way people look at you, at this. She glanced around the cold metal walls of the room. No one should call this mercy. There was a long pause, then asked, Are all humans like you? Lily let out a small laugh. Sadly, no, some are tired, some are afraid, some are cruel too, but some of us stay angry enough to care. Looked at her new ally with a thoughtful expression. Angry seems powerful, she said. It can be, Lily answered, if you point it in the right direction. Later that day, word spread through parts of the station that a human girl had stopped a right in the service bay. Some students whispered in corners. Some laughed it off. Others watched Lily with new, unreadable eyes as she passed. From a high balcony, observed the lower levels with a cold stare. His pride ached more than his hand had when Lily pushed it away. He did not like being seen as weak. He did not like being challenged. She thinks she saved you, he muttered under his breath, thinking of. We will see how long her courage lasts. Far below, in the quiet of the maintenance alcove, rested her wings and tried to imagine a morning that did not begin with breaking. For the first time in a very long while, that idea did not feel completely impossible. The next few days passed with a strange tension hanging over the station. Lily continued to attend her classes, speak with other students, and follow the normal schedule, but her thoughts never moved far from. Every time she walked near the lower levels, she felt the same tight pull in her chest. She kept waiting for another scream, another sound of breaking. Did not approach her directly again, but his presence could be felt. He watched from a distance, whispering with others. Sometimes Lily caught sight of his sharp eyes following her across open walkways or through crowded halls. No words were spoken, but his message was clear. He had not forgiven her. Kept to her work, cleaning corridors and checking small systems, but now Lily visited her each day when she could. Sometimes they spoke only a few words. Sometimes they sat in quiet and let the silence feel almost safe. On the fourth morning, Lily arrived early again. She found near the service bay, her wings folded tight. She looked more guarded today, her whole posture tense. They warned me, said before Lily even spoke. They said if I stay near you, they will find another way to correct me. Did they touch you today? Lily asked. Shook her head. Not yet, but their patience is thin. Lily looked past her, scanning the corridor. We will not let them corner you alone, she said. I spoke to Grant again. He is trying to bring in a human observer to watch these so-called rites. Will that stop them? Asked. Maybe not fully, Lily admitted, but it makes it harder for them to pretend no one saw. Gave a small, tired nod. Even slight safety feels like a gift now. As they spoke, two others passed by. One glanced at, then at Lily, then looked away quickly. The other lingered, eyes narrowing slightly. "Careful maintenance one," he said quietly. "Do not grow bold. Gravity always wins in the end." He walked on before could answer. Her hands shook faintly. "This is what I mean," she whispered. "They do not need tools every second. Sometimes words cut just as deep." Lily wanted to answer with comfort, but a new sound echoed down the corridor. Heavy footsteps, purposeful, appeared around the corner with and two more behind him. Their wings were bright and treated with care, showing no damage at all. His gaze locked on, then shifted to Lily with a slow curl of his lips. "You grow bold too, human," he said, "walking so freely in places meant for correction and humility." "She is not your property," Lily said, keeping her stance strong. His eyes flicked to a small disc clipped to Lily's collar, the recording device required for students. "You wear eyes that see everything," he said. "How amusing. Perhaps we should offer you something more interesting to record." Lily felt a cold weight settle in her stomach. "Do not threaten me," she said. "That does not make you powerful, it makes you small." "Power is only written by those allowed to strike," replied. "And today the hall is quiet." He gestured and stepped forward, moving toward. Before he could reach her, Lily stepped to the side, placing her own body in front of like a shield. "Enough," Lily said sharply. "One more step and I will activate an emergency call." "Do it," said without hesitation. "Let the council see you disturb sacred space again." For a moment no one moved. The air felt heavy, charged like the moment before a storm. Then another voice cut through the space. "Step back." It was Grant. He walked into the corridor with two station security officers, one human and one. Their presence did not fully break the tension, but it shifted its shape. "This area is currently under active review," Grant said calmly. "Any correction activities here require direct approval and oversight." His wings bristled. "This has never been your concern." "It is now," Grant replied. "Temporary suspension of rights involving stand down." There was a murmur from the small group that had gathered at a distance. Some watched with clear shock, others with careful interest. Slowly lowered his hands. His eyes never left. "We obey," he said with a tight smile, "for now." He turned and walked away with his followers, their wings brushing the corridor walls as they left. His breath came out in a quiet rush. "They would have done it again," she whispered. "Not here," Grant said. He nodded slightly to the guards before they moved on. Grant turned to Lily. "You make storms everywhere you go," he said, but his voice held no true anger. "Then maybe the station needed rain," Lily replied. He almost smiled. "Be smart. Storms that grow too fast can break the ground they try to protect." He left, but this time, he did not sound like someone who fully disagreed with her anymore. Lily looked back at. "Do you want to rest for a while?" she asked. "We can stay here until the corridor feels safer." "Yes," said softly, "just for a little." They moved into the maintenance alcove again, the small hidden space that had become their place. Sat carefully, her wings still folded tight. Lily sat beside her, close but not pressing. "I never thought someone would stand in front of them," said. "That image still feels unreal." "Then let it be real," Lily said. "Let it change what you expect from the world." "It is hard to expect softness when your bones remember every break," replied. Lily understood that more than she admitted. "Then we start small. Today, your wings stay whole." Hours passed. Normal work cycles continued. Lily attended a short seminar and returned later, was still safe. The suspension order had held for the moment. But safety like this felt temporary, like thin glass held over deep cracks. That evening, Lily received a message on her console. It was from the station mediator, a mandatory review regarding cultural interference. Her presence was requested at a formal chamber the next morning. When she arrived, she saw several figures already seated: elders, human officials, and neutral observers. Grant stood near the edge of the room. was there as well, his posture rigid but proud. The main elder spoke first. We gather to address a disruption of our internal discipline rights. Human student Lily Carter stands accused of breaching sacred practice and insulting hierarchy. Lily kept her back straight. I stopped a girl from being hurt, she said. If that insults hierarchy, the problem is not with me. A low ripple spread through the chamber. Some shifted, others listened more closely. Spoke next. Maintenance class is structurally flawed. We correct her patterns to protect the harmony of our kind. The human interfered, shamming us before our own young. Lily turned her eyes on him. You break her every day and call it protection, she said. You see fear and call it respect. Fear teaches order, replied sharply. Fear teaches silence, Lily said, and silence hides abuse. The word abuse echoed through the room, though not everyone liked its shape. One of the neutral observers leaned forward. Is this a standard practice done in plain sight? Yes, said. It is discipline. Painful correction ensures balance. Has it ever been reviewed for harm over time? The observer asked. There was a long pause. Regenerate, said after a moment. Damage does not carry the same weight as it does in humans. But Lily remembered the scars, the twisted growth, the fear in his eyes. Healing does not erase memory, she said. Flinches at footsteps. She apologizes for breathing. That is not balance, that is trauma. Another ripple moved through the room. Grant gave her a small, approving glance. Studied Lily carefully. And what would you suggest instead, human student? Start with stopping them, Lily said. Observe, treat. Ask why this girl is singled out when others fly free. If your discipline builds only obedience, then something is broken in the lesson. There was silence again, heavy and uncomfortable. The council members exchanged quiet murmurs. Finally spoke. Temporary suspension will remain while we conduct further review. The matter of maintenance class protection will be reconsidered. His eyes flashed in anger. This is weakness, he said. You choose human softness over strength. We choose caution, replied. You are dismissed. As the chamber emptied, Lily felt a strange mix of relief and exhaustion. The battle had not ended, but a small wall had shifted. Outside, Grant walked alongside her. You spoke well, he said. You made them uncomfortable. That is sometimes the first sign of real change. Will they keep safe? Lily asked. Safer than before, he replied, which is not perfect, but it is movement. Later that day, Lily returned to the lower corridor. She found waiting in their usual place, looking cautious but hopeful. They did not touch me again, said. They will not for now, Lily replied. The council is watching. Watching feels strange, murmured, like standing in light after only knowing shadow. Lily sat beside her. What do you want? She asked gently. Not what they say you should want. Thought long and hard. I want to fly, she said. Even if only once. Even if I fall, I want to know what the air feels like when it accepts me. Lily smiled softly. Then that is our next goal. Blinked hour. Yes, Lily said. Not just yours, ours. A faint warmth touched his face. Then perhaps the sky will forgive me too, she whispered. As the station turned under artificial stars, change settled slowly into its walls. Not everyone saw it. Not everyone believed in it. But somewhere in the cold metal depths, a wounded girl began to imagine open space and gentle air. And somewhere above, a human girl promised herself that those wings would rise, no matter how many systems tried to pull them back down. The station changed in small ways after the council meeting, but small changes carried deep meaning for those who had only known harm. The service bay no longer echoed with the sound of braking, walked its corridors without the same morning terror tightening her chest. She still stayed close to walls, still flinched at sharp voices, but a new quiet strength had begun to form inside her. Lily remained close, visiting whenever she could. She brought simple things like soft cloths, warm drinks, and calm words. Sometimes she brought nothing at all except her presence. That alone began to feel like protection. Wings started to heal more freely now that no one shattered them each morning. The crystal membranes slowly grew clearer, though scars remained like pale ghost lines marking old pain. Lily watched this change with a careful smile, knowing every small sign of healing was a victory. "They said my new growth is improving," said one afternoon as she flexed her wings slightly. "The spines feel less weak." "That is because you are not being broken anymore," Lily replied. "Your body knows how to live when it is allowed to." "I am still afraid," admitted. "I expect it to return." "Fear does not vanish all at once," Lily said, "but courage grows every day you move forward anyway." While hope began to take form for, anger grew darker inside. He watched her walk with Lily through corridors once claimed only by shame. He heard whispers about the council review, about how a human girl had caused a shift. To him, that shift felt like weakness spreading like illness. He gathered, and two others in a private chamber far from open eyes. The air there was tight with resentment. "Our authority has been wounded," said coldly. "She walks free while we stand watched like children." "The council obeys humans too much now," muttered. "They speak of protection instead of control." "Then we remind them who hold strength," replied. "We will not strike where eyes see. We will draw her where no one listens." 3 days later, was asked to check an old thermal conduit on the outer maintenance level. It was a place few visited, except for deep repairs. The message she received was marked as routine duty. Lily felt uneasy that morning. She could not explain why, noticed it at once. "What troubles you?" she asked. "I do not like how quiet they have been," Lily said. "It feels staged." "Maybe this is peace," said, though doubt softened her words. "Or maybe the pause before a storm," Lily replied. When left for the outer level task, Lily stayed nearby, checking her console every few minutes. Something in her would not rest. Then the signal cut. Tracking icon flickered once, then vanished. Panic surged through Lily like cold water. She contacted Gran at once. "Just disappeared from the grid," she said, voice sharp with fear. "She was sent to outer maintenance. I think it is them." Grant did not hesitate. "I am on my way," he said. "Stay where you are." But Lily did the opposite. She ran. Her boots echoed hard as she moved through narrow corridors, following the last known location marker. Breath burned in her chest, but she did not slow. She thought only of Sphere and the promise that they would not break her again. She reached the outer level hatch and forced it open. Cold air brushed her skin as the lights dimmed. Beyond lay the deep service tunnels that ran close to open space walls. She heard voices. His voice low and sharp. "You thought she could protect you forever," he said. "Humans do not own our correction." Lily pushed forward and saw them. Stood backed against a rusted panel, trembling, her wings curling tight around her shoulders. Blocked the path, tool in hand. Stood just behind him, watching with cruel anticipation. Lily stepped into the open. "Leave her alone." Turned slowly. "You arrived faster than expected," he said. "Drop it," Lily said, pointing at the tool. "All of you now." "No guards here," replied with a faint smile. "No observers, just truth and order." "This is not order," Lily said. "This is you being afraid of losing power." "Power is taken," snapped. He moved toward again. Lily rushed forward and placed herself in front of him once more. "Touch her, and you will deal with me." "You cannot bleed crystal," he said. "You cannot feel the shame of fallen wings." "Maybe not," Lily replied, voice steady. "But I feel injustice, and I will not step aside." "Raise the tool." Lily struck first. She hit his face with all her strength, a sharp human blow powered by months of silent anger. The impact snapped his head sideways. The tool flew from his grip and clanged against metal. For a second, everything froze. Then lunged. Lily dodged and pushed him hard into the wall. Her hands shook, but her stance stayed firm. Moved forward but stopped when Lily turned her eyes on him with clear warning. "This ends now," she said. "You are not gods. You are just cruel boys hiding behind empty rules." "She has made you weak," growled, eyes burning. "No," Lily said. "You made yourself weak long before I arrived." She lunged again, knocking him back toward the edge of the platform. He stumbled, balance thrown. Behind her, gave a sudden sharp cry and spread her wings. They trembled, half-healed but alive. "Stop," said, her voice stronger than it had ever been. "You do not own them anymore. You do not own me." Turned toward her, fury twisting his face. "You dare speak," he spat. Lifted her chin, eyes filled with a fire born in silence. "Yes," she said, "I dare." Station security burst through the tunnel then, led by Grant and 2 officers. Their weapons remained lowered, but their presence was absolute. "Stand down now," Grant ordered, "all of you." Froze, then slowly stepped back. His eyes flickered between Lily and, full of venom and disbelief. "This will not be forgotten," he muttered as he was seized by the guards. "It already is," Lily replied coldly, "by everyone who will no longer fear you." And his followers were led away, their wings stiff, their pride broken far deeper than any bone they had shattered. Silence followed. Wings slowly lowered. Her legs weakened and she sank to the ground. Lily rushed to her side and knelt, placing steady hands on her shoulders. "Are you hurt?" she asked breathlessly. "No," whispered, "not this time." Tears slipped down her face, not from pain, but from the release of years of dread. Grant approached slowly. "It is over," he said too. "Formal charges will be placed. They will not be allowed near you again." Nodded weakly. "Thank you," she murmured, though her eyes stayed locked on Lily. Lily helped her stand and guided her back toward safer halls. No one stopped them. No one dared. Weeks passed and real change took root. A new protocol was placed into station law. No physical correction was allowed without medical review and psychological care. Traditions were examined under shared oversight, not blind obedience. Some resisted, but many listened. Entered a rehabilitation program for her wings. She trained slowly with careful guidance from both human and specialists. Each stretch, each movement built strength where fear once lived. Lily watched every session, cheering at even the smallest progress. One day stood at the edge of the open flight dome. A vast curved sky stretched above her, filled with gentle air currents and pale golden light. Other floated freely, soaring with ease. Wings trembled as she stepped forward. "You do not have to fly today," Lily said softly. "I do," replied, "even if I fall." She looked back at Lily. "Will you be there if I do?" "Always," Lily said simply. Turned toward the open air, spread her wings wide and stepped into the current. For a split second she dropped. Then the air caught her. She glided forward, unsteady, then stronger, her wings responding to instinct and healing muscle. Fear flashed through her eyes, then wonder, then joy. She laughed, a clear sound echoing through the dome, and turned in a wide arc. Others slowed to watch, not with mockery but quiet awe. Below, Lily felt her throat tighten as tears filled her eyes. She did not wipe them away. Landed after a slow, gentle circle, her legs shaking but her face glowing. "I flew," she whispered. "I really flew." "You always could," Lily said, smiling through wet lashes. "They just tried to make you forget." Life did not become perfect. Scars did not vanish. Fear returned in moments of shadow. But each time now met it with memory of open air and a girl who stood in front of cruelty without flinching. A message spread beyond the station as time passed, of a species that learned to question its own customs, of a human who chose courage over comfort, of wings that healed not only in body but in spirit. Lily continued her studies, but she also continued her quiet mission. She spoke to other students. She spoke to officials. She asked questions that no one had bothered to ask before. Became a voice of her own people. She guided others who suffered under silent harm. She taught them that strength did not mean silence, and obedience was not the same as honor. And far away, in corners of the galaxy that never saw the station, the story traveled in whispers. That humanity did not just bring machines and power. Sometimes it brought stubborn kindness and the refusal to look away. Above a pale blue world, in a ring of glass and light, broken wings rose, not because pain made them strong, but because someone finally chose to stop the breaking.